Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Alex Coffey, Senior Market Strategist over at TD Ameritrade, for a review on technical levels to watch in the Nasdaq-100. We'll also take a look at some proprietary trader sentiment information. Alex, it's great to see you as always. Welcome back to Trade Talks. Let's get an overview of the Nasdaq-100 and some trading trends that you've picked up on, as well as where you're seeing strength in the market today.
Yeah, I thought it would be a good chance just to take a step back. We're kind of rounding the final turn of 2023, going into that holiday season, and really goes to show, although it's been a choppier last few months, that the market's been very, very impressive, particularly in the world of technology and the Nasdaq in particular. The NDX up almost 50% year to date. It's basically near its year to date highs, within 1% of that level at this point. So a really critical level in terms of the overall chart. But at a longer term view, and you really puts in perspective, really, that we're kind of within a stone's throw of that all-time high, as incredible as that is. And it goes to show how far we've come from the depths of the pandemic as well. Really been a powerful market rally that's been underway throughout this year, building off the weakness in the first half and really the second half of 2022. Now, I have a couple lower studies there. Those are a little bit more specific things than we typically would talk about. But the first is a graph that kind of shows how much movement we've seen versus the implied volatility that you'll see in things like options. And you can see how low implied volatility is, where that darker gray that represents the actual movement of the market has overtaken that. So really suppressed volatility. We've looked at vol Q a lot, and it shows that. And then also the bottom chart, that gray line is a correlation with the 10-year yield, and it really goes to show how inversely correlated the market is right now to interest rates, as rates have been the story driving different market action.
Right, and let's take a look at the heat map here. Where are you seeing strength, pockets of strength today?
Yeah, today is a mixed day. I think this makes sense. Holiday shortened week. You have some names that are drifting higher. Names like Tesla really stand out on that front. You have names that are drifting lower. Names like Apple, AMD, Amazon stick out. But today just seems like a day that everyone's just holding their breath until we get this NVIDIA earnings release. And that's ultimately going to be the deciding factor that pushes this relatively mixed market today to the green or potentially steeper into the red.
And let's cover something new today. I want to take a look at the fourth quarter Charles Schwab sentiment survey. This isn't necessarily a mathematics statistical-based survey, but really what traders are thinking. From my understanding, you went out and surveyed a few hundred traders to see how they are feeling, what they're thinking about with the market now, looking forward. Give us some background. Give us some of the highlights here.
Yeah, this is a really fascinating survey done quarter over quarter every time by Schwab, including TD Ameritrade clients as well, and more of the active front, various demographic backgrounds as well. And what we found is investors are becoming more cautious. You'll see an uptick in sort of this bearish sentiment. Now, it's still far more positive than it was maybe a year ago at this time, but it's notably different quarter over quarter. Now, what really sticks out to me, and as someone from TD Ameritrade, from Charles Schwab, that really makes us happy to see, is there's a confidence amongst investors and traders, where over half of the traders at Schwab and TD Ameritrade are saying they use educational tools and content available to them frequently before making decisions. And so many traders see a potential recession. Many traders see potential significant downturns in the market in the future ahead, but more of those clients and traders believe that they're in a position that they can weather that if that were to happen.
All right, Alex, appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.